Hey guys, Andrew from Mega Digital. How you going? And I just wanted to create a really quick video based on a recent post that I put up around that question where someone asked, how do I build a successful SEO campaign on Google without creating any content? And for me, what that actually translates to is, I want to build a really successful SEO campaign. I want to make a lot of money, but I don't want to put any emphasis and any time, any work into creating content. That's a problem for me, because you should like creating content around what you love. Now, as SEOs, we have to help clients create content around topics and industries that we may not necessarily have a lot of knowledge in, and that has its own challenges, and that's probably for a different video. However, creating content is a great opportunity to get better at whatever it is that this particular person was worried about, whether it's creating written words, and believe me, coming from someone that needs a lot of work on the written word front, I'm sure by now you've seen that I need a lot of work when it comes to writing posts, and that's cool. I'm totally down with that. I do need a lot of improvement in that area, but that doesn't mean I'm going to shy away from it. So if it's from that aspect, then all more power that you could be creating content. But whatever the content he or she wants to create, the point is that they need to be doing it. Now, in saying that, anyone can create content. Anyone can create pasta sauce. Anyone can create pasta sauce. Absolutely. It's one of the most simplest, easiest things to do. You literally get a bottle of tomato sauce and you pour it into a saucepan and you heat it up with garlic, basil, and salt, right? It's not overly difficult. However, getting it like my grandmother's is just dreadfully difficult. Like, forget about it. Like, doesn't matter how many times I watch her create it. I will literally watch her. There's something in the hands now, right? That's called experience. That's passion, and there's time. And so we can all create content. Anyone can create content, especially now with the smartphones. Anyone can do it. And that's why I encourage people and businesses to create content around topics that they love. However, you have to realize you're going to need to have patience. You're going to need to invest in better equipment over time. But you need to start. Like, that's the thing. To get to the pasta sauce that my grandmother can produce doesn't take one day, doesn't take 1 month, doesn't take 1 week. Heck, I don't even think it took 1 decade to nail it down to the way she does it. It takes time, it takes effort, and it's just not something that's going to come so easy. Now, a lot of the problems that I'm finding is businesses, especially when I talk to businesses on the phone that call me and they want answers to what should they do. Now, one big response to the content that I recommend, or to the suggestions that I recommended, one of the most successful responses was from that RX_painters tradesman who called me, and he's a painter, in your name, right? And he called me and he said, like, what is the number one thing that I could be doing right now to create a successful business online? And like I said, I'm sure you've seen it in previous posts. I mentioned, well, just focus on what you do every day. Film it. Every job you go to is a piece of content. And then if you're good enough, from production to your ability to paint and your ability to talk about and show your expertise, after a while, people are going to watch your content and go, you know what? I need my porch painted. I need my balcony painted. I need my walls in my house painted, or whatever, right? Maybe 1% of the people that are going to watch it are going to turn into an inquiry. And out of those inquiries, a few will turn into actual clients of yours and customers. So, it's one of those things where you just need to start doing it. You've got to start. And video on LinkedIn is very powerful. But from SEO content to social media content, you got to start. And you got to enjoy the process of creating content around what you love doing. And you're never going to be able to get it right. If you're someone that just consumes content, doesn't create content, especially if you run a business, or you're a director, or you're a manager, or whatever, you've got a high up position in a business, then you need to be encouraging and producing more content around what you do. And the biggest thing between what RX Painters does is they didn't overthink it. They took my advice and they went, you know what? That's applicable advice. That's something I can take right now and use. and then, build his business around it, versus other clients who would call me that would have the sort of mentality where, that's very hard, Andrew. What you're asking me to sit in front of camera, very hard. Now, as long as you're producing some type of content, we can talk about video later. The reason why I know for some people it's very uncomfortable, and I totally get it. Believe it or not, it wasn't so easy for me to create content either. And I've got an extrovert personality, so I get it. It can be difficult for people. And when I started, I used to keep sunnies on my head. And now I'm still not even happy with the end product of all the videos that I create. I look back at all the videos and sometimes think, oh man, that's terrible. Or, you know what, but I'm doing it and I'm getting it done. And so when I tell other clients to do it, I don't look like a hypocrite or a joker or someone who just says something and then doesn't follow up, no integrity, doesn't even believe his own hype and doesn't even believe his own, what he's preaching, he doesn't practice it. So it's very important to, I just want to do it so I can then tell other people to do it. But I also believe in the process of it because I've seen what it does, and I've seen people messaging me saying, keep up the good work. You've come a long way from your first video to now, and all this support I appreciate. And don't think that your hard work is not going unnoticed. I get that all the time. I'm not trying to get my hard work. I'm trying to inspire you. That's it. That's what I'm trying to do. And what I'm trying to tell these small businesses and startups that call me and basically say the same thing Howard from RX Paint has said is trying to give them some practical advice to start creating content. And what you will find, once you create a piece of content or a video, you'll get addicted to it straight away. It's especially if you love the topic. You'll get very addicted to it. It's very enjoyable. It's sort of something that, you get camera shy at first and then you realize, you know what? I feel like creating content today. I'm actually very obsessed with making sure that I want to create content every second, every day, but I want to make sure that, I just don't want to talk for the sake of it. I want to actually be able to provide the end consumer of this piece of content value and practical advice. So guys, if I can convince you of one thing in 2019, that would be to start creating content around what you love. And it doesn't matter what that is. If I know people that are marketers that enjoy business consulting, I know marketers that enjoy things outside of marketing, like leadership. I know a lot of people on LinkedIn were through that initiative and even beyond that are doing things, but they also have these other interests. And I want to tell, if you're that person, to start. If your content is applicable for LinkedIn, create a video and let me know that you did it. Okay? And if anyone, no one laughs at anyone who is happy and or successful, right? So no one's going to laugh at you. The only people that laugh at you are trolls and just people that, for whatever reason, have problems, and that's why they're laughing at you. No one happy laughs at others. It just does not happen, right? And I get trolls on Instagram and Facebook all day long. So don't worry about that, right? You just need to start doing it. So guys, if I can help you in anything, I would suggest that you start doing that and let me know if you've done it. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.